exploding in my kitchen. I'm not kidding. One fell out of the fridge and yeah, just exploded all over the place. So yeah, but it's good to be back. I'm not gonna make too much of a fuss here in the beginning. I really want to go mine. I want to see if we can continue the good run we've had so far. Before doing so, I'll quickly just show the status here. Oh, there it is. I changed the graph. As you can see, we pretty much exploded. We are at 5,636.73 pets. So we are up 1600. We're up 1634.73. So all in all, we're doing very well. The run we had the day before yesterday, on the last run, we made 22 pet, which was pretty nice because it was a very bad run. So being able to return a profit on that is pretty awesome. So I want to get into it. Let's see if we can go mine. I just made a quick meme here. Let me get some music on, actually. Oh, let's do some disrespect. I've had a couple of really long days here. I got home this afternoon, relaxed a bit, made some homemade burgers, and ate, trashed my kitchen with a beer, and then I got online. Wanted to play, see what we can get going here. So prepared a little run here, 300 pet worth of pros. Come on. And I think about 475 worth of, 475.25 of amplifiers. So I'll probably go Solace Island first. I think that's the best place. I put up the DSEC amplifier we had, that was tier 3. I thought it was about time to get that one out. The market seemed right. They have gone up in price. They are 72% now. So if we can get 208% for that, that would be really good, as we paid 158, I believe. Maybe 160 with fees and everything, yeah. So that's a nice little 50 pet we make there. Turn the music up a little here. So I actually did what we talked about in the last stream here. I'm starting to make clips whenever we find Sandarium or stuff like that. I'll make a little clip so you can see where I found it and how I found it. And hopefully in time we'll have a nice little database or knowledge base or whatever you want to call it, where people will go if they're starting to mine or want to get on top, where the different kind of high paying minerals are. They can go take a look there on YouTube. I think that's pretty sweet. I tried searching, there wasn't anything similar, so it should be a pretty good tool. Always does like this in the beginning. I watched I relaxed this afternoon. I watched some Netflix. I watched the new The Dirt video movie about Motley Crue. Damn, they make some good music. I completely forgot how good the music were, and it was a pretty cool story as well. With all the trouble they had and all the rock and roll lifestyle and what kind of things it brought with them. See how they cope with it. It was pretty cool. So it seems like biogenic gel is down to 110% now. As you know, we have approximately 300 and almost 400 clicks on modified amplifier level 2. It's basically just a puffing blueprint, but it could be quite fun at one point. See if we can hit something big. Just a mini on it will be an Uber. Like just 10x will be 2k pets. So it would be quite interesting to click. Pretty big average deposits here, but we are using a pretty expensive drop price. Almost, what is that? Level 6, almost level 7 amplifier. Rhino beetles. I hunted those for a while when Next Island came out. I went up there soon after the launch, because very often when something new launches, a lot of good items are dropping and you got a better chance of looting something decent. Never, well, I did get some things, but it wasn't anything good. Fortunately, it seemed without dissing Next Island, it seemed like all the items they created and launched was pretty bad items. But it was quite fun being up there a month or two, grinding out beetles and a few others. Oh, there's someone here. He's in the water, isn't he? There's two of them. Just look over the edge here, see what's going on. It's not like there's a boat. And our hit rate is decent, so I think it might just be some people who's exploring. I got my finisher there, the trade thermal pistol together with a small amplifier seem to be doing the job quite well as a finisher. Cheap way of saving costs. Oh man, I'm so full. I ate 2 huge burgers. I feel really bad now. Shouldn't have ate so much. Should have taken something lighter. Probably a bit more amped up. Now I'm just heavy. Oh, we got some solace beans here. That's a good start. That's what pays the bills. I don't know if you've seen the meme below, but I thought it was pretty funny. I was sitting messing about trying to figure out what to make, and the first couple were really shit, and then that one came up. And Mindark giving an Uber to basically just high-fiving people who are deep underwater by giving them some kind of huff. I thought that was quite an accurate projection of what's really going on. Oh, that's the Sleipner here, as you can hear. Ah, there it is. That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? I went too far to the east here. Not really making the best use of the area. let's get the map up here so we can see what we're actually doing. Yeah, I should have known. I shouldn't have ran that. I didn't have the map up, so I just went by instinct. And that's the problem when I go by instinct. I go a little safe, and I don't really make the most use of the area. Here that everything is still cool by the stream. Seems like it. Might just change the music here. I just don't know what to listen to be honest. If we have to summon a claim or something, I'll go get it changed. Some more beans, good times. I saw someone who listed a bunch of level 8 amplifiers, and they had a starting bid on 103.3%. That's a pretty good 103.13% actually. Pretty good percent, so I hope no one buys them on buyout so I can snag them up on starting bid instead. That would be nice. Do a little level 8 mining. There's a few spots we can use level 8s. This is one of them. Chinook Jungle, of course. More solid beans, not bad. That's approximately 10 pet of markup so far, which is decent on the solid beans alone, and 3 pet on the listeners. On this run total, I always look at amplifiers. We are gonna spend 15 pet worth of markup, so that is soon covered. Then of course we will need to cover the loss you will always have to sustain by playing. And for that we'll need approximately 25 pet, 30 pet approximately. Oh, wow. So we got a little, how much is that? 33 pet of that Gogi Busagi there. That's pretty good. Little rich Japanese creature. Oh, yeah. I thought there was a loot thingy stuck up there. More solid beans. So this is turning out to be quite okay so far. Keep them pets rolling in. Like if we continue this, I wouldn't even say upswing. Well, it is an upswing. Obviously this week we ran above expected. We ran higher than we've invested face value wise. And that's out of the ordinary. But on general, every week we made a little profit. The worst week we had was 10 pet, and we were still getting settled there. I was still spending money on prospecting new areas, and that's always expensive. So it was still a decent run. Now we're sticking to the fields we know, we're sticking to the places we know, we're sticking to what we know. So we should be able to generate some stable profits here. We have found out how to find Sandorium. We don't have to mess about with big amplifiers, small amplifiers, different finders. We just know what to do, and we're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna secure that stable profit. Just gonna jump here, get us into another area, keep mining. Oh, we got something here. Growth molecules. Not exactly what we're looking for, but we'll take it. Medium. different excavator. I'm seriously considering putting in some of my own money to buy it, to get demodified. It's gonna make the whole flow of the mining process so much more smooth. Gonna be faster, gonna be spending less time at the claims. Did they fix? Oh, it's still on the ground. I was about to say that the patch they had probably fixed it, but it definitely didn't. Fucking hell. This is so fucking ridiculous. It's wasting people's money, this bug here. Oh, that's right, they regen. So I can go switch the music while this one drills. Come on, you. What you got? What you got, bro? Swoosh. Giving him the shank here. Is this the one? No, it wasn't. Damn it. That was this. I had this one mixtape on a couple of streams ago. Oh, it was so boss. But now I can't find it. Nope. That sounds like garbage. So we'll listen to that for a bit. Maybe something better comes afterwards. I'm really looking for an app that that really allows me to play music and pay the royalties needed. Without me being completely broke, of course. That has some decent music in it as well. I did download this one app and paid for it, and it was just NCS music. I felt so literally scammed There was an app that was in OBS Streamlabs here, and paid. It wasn't a lot. It was like $15 or something a month. I can't remember how much it was. And then apparently they would pay the artists who made the music with the money compared to how much you played the different musicians and so on. And there was only 5,000 tracks in there, so that's not a lot compared to a lot of others. But I thought that would be good enough. And then when I got in there, it was no copyright music. Like, it was music they basically just nicked off others and then charged it. That was ridiculous. So basically they were not paying any royalties, except for maybe a few of the artists out there, but a lot of the music was really bad. Another buggy mob here. Come on, man, this is so... I wouldn't quit because I lost money, because I would probably know that I lost money, but stuff like this is the kind of stuff that can make me quit a game. Me constantly getting attacked by a mob that I'm not able to attack back. That is the kind of shit that can make me quit. Oh, this is so fucking ridiculous. If you can't make flying mobs work with the physics in game and the physics engine, don't have them in game, just remove them. Put some mob in that actually works. Ooh, this is music from video games. Like, not this Nintendo video games, but modern video game music is quite good. Halo 2. Never played the Halo games though, I never owned an Xbox. Is that something the most of the viewers can relate to as well? A lot of people played various games and recognize the music. It's kind of nice. So far we're doing okay here. We found... Oh my god, this is the second time I spill beer. Hang on. I've had... Like, occasionally I like having a beer. It's not like I'm a heavy drinker at all. But I had a few beers in my refrigerator and I had a couple of rough days at work. Not rough days per se, but long days. Been busy. And so I moved the beers in front so I could get them because I wanted to have one while I streamed. And one of the beers flipped out of my fridge, hit the floor and just exploded, literally exploded all over my kitchen. So I wanted to go online around 7 o'clock this evening, which is 6 o'clock my dark time. But yeah, I was on my knees scrubbing the floor there, so... But now I just tipped the glass over as well that I had the beer in, so good times continue. Guess things like this happen when you're tired. And it has been a couple of long days. Sitting here trying to get a piece of paper into my keyboard. Luckily it's not an extremely expensive gamer keyboard, so if anything happens to it I can just buy a new one. But what is more important is if something happens here while I play. That would be the big disaster if I suddenly couldn't play anymore. I'll need to buy an extra to have in case something happens. Okay, there we go. Hold on. So we are actually doing okay here. I think we're making money right now, so I don't really complain. Obviously it would be nice with a little something on top, cherry on top, little global, little large solid beans, little something sweet to soothe the greed. This is okay. This is approximately almost 15 pet worth of markup, 7 pet, so let's make that 20 pet to make it easy. 100, 120, 140. Yeah, and that's approximately what we spent. We've actually spent a little less, we spent 135. That's pretty good. So we're actually massive in the green right now, we're up about, what is that, 40 pet? 40 pet, give or take, a little less, 30 pet. So I put a bit in. I do that a lot. If I see an auction running out, I put a bit. If I see there's like 2, maybe 12 hours left on an auction, and I know I'm not in a major rush of getting it, I put in a bit, see if it goes through, and it did go through. So even though this is kind of like a shitty amp, it's a level 2 Finder amplifier, and we bought it at 102.47%. That's cheaper than I can make it myself. Normally I buy residue at 102 point something percent, 102.2, 0.3. So basically, yeah, it was a good deal for us. Bought it cheaper than I can craft it myself. I don't think most people can craft it even at that price, so I try to pick those up. Keep costs low and income high. Now, it was annoying that I had a beer explode in my kitchen, but I only had 3, so I only have 2 now. That's actually a bigger problem. So it seems like that was the one thing, that app I told you about that I bought, that was supposed to be a pretty good app for paying royalties. It messed about with all my settings as well. Actually, that was probably what pissed me off about it. First thing, it didn't deliver what they said they would deliver. And second, they messed about with all my settings. So all my sound settings were completely bogus. I had to redo them all. And when you set up a stream like this, there's actually a lot of things that you need to adjust and balance. A lot of it is being done over actually several weeks. Like the first 2 or 3 weeks I was streaming, I basically was just working on trying to get the volume right for the microphone, getting the volume right for the music, getting the volume right for the game. It takes a long time, trial and error. And so when someone just comes in there and just messes about with all of them, that's a lot of work being flushed down the drain. Just because that one app thinks it is the most important app of them all, and nothing else matters. Basically, I think that was why I was getting so annoyed with it. Hit it. Oh, mind arc. right, you're very angry that I'm telling you how angry I am with you. Why would you keep something like that in the game for so long? Maybe I should make a petition to move derpies and poopies. Kogibasaki's here. That was actually where modified mercenaries come from. They come from these little buggers here. Like 15 years ago though. I'm just quickly gonna pour myself another beer here while this one drills. And I'm back. Right in time. Now, I can't believe this run continues like this. Obviously, I would love this week to start out like we did last week, but it must come to an end. I can't believe we're continuing to do so well. But obviously, back when we didn't really present any profit to write home about, we still did okay, and we did burn a lot of money through prospecting new areas. So, well, why not? But Spencer, where's your pet going? Probably in my pockets is my best guess. Maybe the 34 cents is your spending from last week. How you doing, bud? Any login game? Honestly, you're not playing so much. Oh, makes sense. Keep it in a level you enjoy. Nice weather outside, so mostly riding with my bike. Oh, what kind of bike you got? I don't ride anymore. I used to. Probably need to get a bike again at one point. Don't really know what to get though. Got a Yamaha XTX 660. That's a nice little street bike. I had the R6 when I was young. Well, technically I'm still young, but you know what I mean. I'm not that, I don't know much about bikes, I just like riding them. Then I sold the R6. I only had it for 2 seasons, and I wanted something a bit more chill, something I can use all year, so I bought a BMW 600 GS. 650 GS. And playing some Path of Exile. That is one thing I need to get started on, that's Path of Exile. But to be honest, the problem is, to start out on games like Path of Exile, you need time. And you need to be ready to really dive into them, because, yeah, they're comprehensive. Yeah, you had the GSX-R 6, but for the area where you're riding, it's a bit overkill and not comfortable. No, it was definitely not a comfortable bike. It was a horrible bike for long rides, but I lived in a bigger city at that point, so it's perfect for that. And then we were a crew there going on Sunday rides. That was basically how I used it. XTR is not comfortable. Oh, okay. No, I think I don't know how big you are. I'm not big in any way, but I was bigger back then. Not fat, but I was heavy, and was a bit taller. And the R6, I don't know. My guess is the XTX, being a 600 and all, is similar to a 660 at least. And they're really compact. It's a street bike. It's a bike you can really throw around there through the corners, through the curves. You're around 190, 95 kilo. Yeah, then the 600 series are definitely not a comfortable bike. You know what I mean then. You're sitting all cramped up there. But it's a really cool bike because you can throw it around there. You can really make stuff work with it. And it's, I'm not gonna swear, but it's extremely aggressive. Yeah, the RPM. Once you get those RPMs fired up there, up until 120, 140, it's just it's such a beast. It's such a beast. If you get the RPMs up there, and up until, well, let's put it 100 miles, 160 tops. Once you hit 160, it kind of dies out. You want to get an R1 or something. But for those aggressive moves through cities, like smaller roads out in the country, it's an awesome bike. And it feels really good having those 12,000, 16,000 RPMs that are just fucking crushing it. Pop a few bangs from a crap Bobich and scare people. Yeah, it's a beast. I never did that on myself. I hated I hated that. We were a bunch of veterans, so none of us really enjoyed that, to be honest. XTS is nice to spread through the traffic jam. Yeah. I guess that's also why I'm so once you get older, you're not that much in a rush anymore. Any good loots? Average loot is pretty good. We're doing good on average. Nothing spectacular. It's all slow. But we're profiting. I think we were up about 30 pets, give or take. Got a decent amount of solid beans. Oh, I gotta refine. Got a decent amount of solid beans, oil, listeners, bit of Henry stems. All in all, we are. Well, basically this is crushing it. I know it might seem a bit boring, but we are crushing it. It's the grind. Why are we so heavy? Why are we so heavy? Should these... Yeah, it might be the growth. Has Aris powder gone up in price? Yeah, Aris powder is going up. So we're gonna be coming back. I saw this a couple of days back. So we will be coming back here, definitely. It just became 5% better. Hey Rafi, welcome back, man. How are you doing? It's good having you back. I hope you're doing well. You're doing okay, that's important. We are doing okay as well. That's probably the right word for it. We're doing okay. Are you good, sir? How's the run going? The run is going very well. We were up approximately 30 pet. Then we had a bit of Henren cube. That obviously gave us a bit of a boost. That's 12 pet markup right there. And we have a decent amount of solace beans, which I've grinded into solace paste. I kept the single solace bean for bud. And yeah. decent amount of our listeners, Jill. Hit a mini on a Gokipasagi. Yeah, we are actually cruising here. Feels good. I went through YouTube yesterday trying to search out some Entropia videos, see what people have done before me and like what kind of videos really worked, or what worked, but what did people want to see. Obviously everyone wanted to see globals, which was why if you looked at all the big all-time highs and big Uber huffs and big loot stuff like that, they got a lot of views. Even big mining loots got a lot of views. So I made the meme below to level 13 runs. Basically that was what people wanted to see. So I made the meme below because I thought that is basically what is going on with those kind of loots. Mine like just high-fiving people on the way down. So I can't really accommodate those kind of things. I don't want to do that. Don't want to pay for people to view. I would hate to play a game and lose money. Don't mind paying for a game. I buy the occasional game. I haven't bought the new Tropico. We'll probably buy Tropico 6 once that get out and stuff like that. So I don't mind paying to play. But I want to get something, and I don't want to join a game that's made for people to go in here and take their shot, see what they can make of themselves, make money. That's basically what the identity of this game is. Build your fortune. And then not do that. US need to pay for the entertainment, not for you for theirs. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I see your point, Marty. I definitely see your point. But I actually enjoy it as well. One of the reasons for me logging... Wow, she keeps burning through that all-time high. Like, we're gonna have this meme competition here in the near future. And I'll definitely put some money in that because I actually enjoy streaming and I enjoy building what we're building here. And I do feel like we're building something. I feel like there's got a lot of good information coming out. I'm trying to utilize the stream the best I can to gather information and help people become better at the game. I don't mind paying a little for that. Like, that's different. But to go into the game and then buy level 13 amplifiers, which I know I am gonna lose money on, just to satisfy someone. That is right, Marty. I won't pay that way. That's definitely not the way I want to pay. If I was to put in money in, let's say, that meme competition, I think that would be good for the community. I think that would be good for people participating. It's gonna be good for the winners. It's gonna benefit someone directly. Not promote a wrong, in my opinion, way of playing the game. But yeah, but I think Twitch is extremely generous when it comes to that. There's a lot of people on Twitch that are very generous, willing to support streamers and yeah, and really pay for their entertainment. I think Twitch is in a really unique way. Yeah, invest time to advertise the game and your channel never hurts. Just don't get broke doing it. No, exactly. I think that's the mistake. I've always played the long game. I never been much about instant gratification, so it's gonna take the time it takes. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna do giveaways in case the opportunity presents itself, but I don't want the channel growth or followers or whatnot to come just to increase just because people just want free stuff. Like, people are supposed to be in here and watch it and participate because they enjoy it and they feel like they benefit from it as well. beyond just instant gratification and some free stuff. You're here for the free stuff. Well, I know you're not. You haven't gotten anything, so... But yeah, you're in for the opportunity of free stuff. To be honest, what I like about your channel is just the tips and the info you can get, and everybody has their own theories and gameplay. Yeah, that's being given. Yeah, we can give a giveaway a bean later. Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm not worried about. The way I play here, I swear, I think people who've done very well in the game are basically just doing what I'm doing. It seems ridiculously simple. And I know the majority of people who watches this and listens to me and see how I play say, okay, he's always doing okay. But like, this is not the holy grail. It's too simple to be the holy grail of the game. And most people are going to do what they do. They're going to go out and do whatever they do, and they're going to feel like, oh, here's an opening into the game. I can burn a lot of pet here and get a very big loot and make a lot of money and get rich fast. Most people are going to do that. Yeah, basically it's just about sharing knowledge and basing your decisions on good knowledge. It's basically what it is, share knowledge. That's what I'm trying to, at least. And then smart people will utilize that, and hopefully this game has an extremely high learning curve, and so it will help some people cross that learning curve faster and get into the game and enjoy it. And a lot of people are gonna say, nah, he's boring, he doesn't know what he's like, he's an old school dinosaur, he doesn't know. Obviously there are good periods of the game, and if I just burn a lot of money when the good periods are there, I'm gonna be fine. And everybody has their own theories. Some people are gonna be like, oh, this item has high tier rates, it means it's gonna loot a lot, it's item loot pool, so I'm gonna get a lot from this specific item. This item has high markup, it must be a good item, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna burn it, I'm gonna loot something nice. Some people are gonna believe that they just need to do a specific mob because that specific mob loots something special and it gives big loot right now, so I'm gonna hunt this mob because it gives big loot. It's gonna be so many people out there with their own theories that you say. You think that most people forgot about the importance of knowledge you need to be successful. Yeah, and people are impatient as well. So not only are they disregarding knowledge because they have their own fundamental theory and understanding on how this works, and so they disregard, which basically is, I would say truth, but that's such a strong word, but that's basically how the mechanisms of the game, they disregard those because they have a fundamental idea on how it really is. Smart streamer, nah, there's no smart streamers. If you want to watch a smart streamer, go watch Tyler V1 lol or whatever his name is. I think he's actually I wouldn't be surprised if he's quite an intelligent guy. That's like 80% of new players, yeah, and trust me, it's actually 80% of the older players as well. The amount of whining I've had to listen to through the years is amazing. All you can say is just keep going, it'll come back to you and stuff like that. Tyler 1, yeah, seems good, right? I never watched him, to be honest. I just watched a few videos. He's a character. He's definitely done well for himself. Created something. 107's nice. Like there was this one really uber guy, he was like top 10 in the game. Like I got so sick and tired of listening to him how bad he was doing. So tiring. Like nobody want to hear those kind of stories. It doesn't help anyone. If you do bad, instead of focusing on how bad you're doing, focus on how you get away from that place. Like focus on how you get better, how you move yourself from a bad position to a good position. Being a decent miner is, in my opinion, like any other job in real life. You really need to know what you're doing, cost efficient, know good locations, market. Yeah, that is what it is. And sometimes you do really well, sometimes you do really not well. Not well. Yeah, you really, and you gotta be patient. You really have to be patient. Like there are no getting rich quick. And if there's a way, and you can get rich quick in this game, but that is not in your control. That is a random number generator that's gonna decide whether or not you're gonna get rich quick. Obviously, every time you perform an action, loot an animal, drop a probe, there's a tiny risk that you're gonna hit something big. Hit all-time high, get rich. That's my point, but that's not up to me. I can't do anything. And the odds of doing that are so marginal that going out with big amplifiers is a losing action. So if I hit an all-time high, let's say I decide to mine with level 13 amplifiers, and I hit an all-time high, I will need to continue to mine. Like, I've chosen a path and I'll have to continue mining with level 13 amplifiers. I will lose that all-time high. No doubt, and I will lose it within a very short period of time. Let's see, with level 13 amplifiers, that's 21 pet a drop. That's basically, how many probes do I drop a day? Like on a normal day I drop 20 to 500 to 700 if I just have a normal stream. 400 to 700 if I have a normal stream, 300 on short streams. So let's go low and say I drop 300. That is 6,000 pets, 6,300 pets every single day. And on average, using a level 13 amplifier, I will lose 25%. No, they're not that expensive anymore. I will lose 18%. So every day I will lose 1,000 pets. So an all-time high will last me, depending on the size, but on average it will last me approximately 2 to 3 months. That's just how bad it is. And that is only if I mine short runs, not mine very much. Obviously you're gonna mine less because you're gonna spend more time drilling. But I will basically be losing 30k pets a month. So mining with level 13 amplifiers is like playing a slot machine. The only way you will win is to hit something very early on your spending and then quit. Problem is, those kind of people rarely quit. Well, they do quit, but that's after they lost a lot. I had a friend actually who was a, I don't know, he was a gambling addict. The amount of money he lost. His parents were quite rich. So he got, when he turned 18, he got $150,000 from him to to go into adult life and get his own apartment and like get settled. He lost that, and they paid him an additional $150,000. And then they paid him some more. It was like a ridiculous amount of money, and he just kept losing. At one point, they just cut him off, and like he kept going. He started borrowing money from bad people and stuff like that. Ended up in jail because he was smuggling narcotics. That's obviously the very worst gambling. That's the very worst place a gambling addiction can take you. A lot of people get out before then. But I appreciate it, Marty. I'm really glad you said that you like the tips on the channel, and like it's take it or leave it, and you obviously take it, and I appreciate that. That's basically how I'm trying to serve it. Make it a place people can come in, share knowledge, take what they want, leave the rest. Oh, a 92% played. And you need to be able to have fun with it. Yes. Like if... Take gambling, for example. I don't think people who are addicted to gambling really enjoys it anymore. Which is also, I would say a lot of people who are losing a lot and complaining on the forums and stuff like that, they obviously don't enjoy it anymore. The easy question to ask them was like, why are you here? Like, why do you stay? I think they stay because they're addicted to losing. You're not addicted to cocaine, you just like the smell of it. That's legit. That's definitely legit. A lot of people smells like cocaine. I can stop every time, anyhow, I can stop every time I want. I can stop now if I want. Addicted to swirlies. Yeah, a lot of people are addicted to swirlies. I really like, what's her name? Euphoria. I watch her once in a while. But she's hardcore addicted to those things. But that's the different, like, in my opinion, there's two kinds of Twitch channels. There's the Twitch, well, let's make it three. There's three kind of Twitch channels. There are the knowledge channels where people come in to learn something about a game, to better themselves. Then there's the entertainment channels, where people come in and you have Tyler V1 and stuff like that. Obviously Tyler V1 gaming wise is no way a god, but he's entertaining to watch. And then you have the ones who are both, basically like Shroud. He's quite entertaining, he got some cool angles, he's a very sympathetic guy. You enjoy watching him, there's some fun moments. And he is one of the absolute bests at most shoot 'em up games. Of like PvP games. Mindless explosive crapsing and hope for the best. Yep, a lot of people are doing that. Euphoria is definitely, as I said, I like her and I don't mean to demean it in any way. I think she completely accepts that's what she's doing. I don't think she considers it as bad. That is just what she does in game and what she's enjoying. But it's in my opinion, it's a little counterproductive. Like that's the way I am. That's how my channel is different, or at least how I'm different. I watch Euphoria myself. But then again, then we're back to the whole types of channels, and that's for the entertainment. Let's kill this Daikiba here. So our amplifier, oh, we need to refine again. Probably need to, actually I'm just gonna send home the pitbull here. Just checking the weight there to see if there was anything still in our inventory that was weighing us down. How much time do you have between mining the same area? 6 hours at least, and personally I would do 8 hours. Love that car, it looks so awesome. Yeah, the Pitbull is a pretty cool car. That was actually why I bought it in the first place. I picked up most of my vehicles I picked up just when they launched them, and the Pitbull was one of those I actually bought them just because it was such an awesome vehicle. And then later I found out it had the very cool hidden benefit that I could put stuff in it and send home because it could carry 400 kilos of stuff. But it's really a cool car. I bought a turret once to put on it, but it was kind of pointless. Like, you couldn't do damage to mobs. It was only for PvP. Hunting with vehicles would be awesome. Yeah, like Jurassic Park, driving, shooting dinosaurs. That was actually my reason. I bought the turret just when they launched turrets for vehicles. But I didn't know back then that you couldn't hunt animals with them, so that was kind of a bummer. So I bought the turret, it was 500%, it was extremely expensive because they were kind of rare. And then I found out I couldn't use it to hunt. I felt so bad. Oh, there's someone else here that might explain. Yeah, we're gonna leave. I haven't hit anything for quite a while, and I was thinking there's something wrong with this area right now. We're not hitting the our hit percent was too low, and there's a green dot. That explains it. So this area is good as well. Obviously this area out here is the best. It seems to have the highest concentration of solid beans. There are solid beans over here, but we don't seem to find as much as we do on the western side. So that's why I'm always doing the best side first, get that done, and then go over here and finish up. But considering there's someone else there, and as I said, I kind of felt our our find percent was, our claim percentage was a lot lower than it was supposed to be. Excuse me. We might as well just move to another area. We have plenty of other areas to mine, so no point in pushing our luck. Just wanted to make sure I got some beer down the wrong throat, so I nearly choked there. I didn't want you guys to hear that, so I muted. Don't chase when it's bad. Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of other areas. Joke. Yeah, I did joke hard right there. I thought you. I didn't. I would have sounded different. And might have involved crying. So this was a pretty good run, I believe. We've spent almost 300 pets. Well, we have spent 300 pets if we count decay on the finder, but we normally don't count that, as I am conservative. on calculating the price of ore, so that should cover it, but we'll see how we did. So 300 pet spent. Yeah, so we're running as expected. Well, it is 9 pets or 3%. So we're running at 97% return rate. That is smack on expected. Actually, we are supposed to run at 97%. So basically we're making a decent amount of pets here. That is 10 pet of markup, that's 10 pet. That is 15. Let's make it 10 just to make sure. It's 20 pet. And 12, 10, 15, 35 pet. So yeah, we made a decent little profit here. Nice Henren at 250-ish markup. Yeah. And the Henren market was kind of skint earlier, so I listed all the Henren we had. We had like 110 pet base value wise. So let's just go take a look. There wasn't any bids on it. I had hoped for it to sell rather quick at 280%, but it didn't. But as you can see, it seems like the market is up a bit. And I listed all the Henren we had. We'll see. Crafters seem to pull the plug on crafting those kind of items once the minerals they need or in matters go above a certain percent. And 250% might be too high for them, which is why I put a starting bid, because big crafters normally put in starting bids. They don't mind waiting. But if we can get 289%, that would be just falling. Henren fetch is good markup when there is a big gun tearing. Oh, that's when it is. Okay. Entropia Life also says payouts are 10% higher than yesterday, but still 4% below average. I looked, I obviously logged in and just took a quick look at the HOF list. That's often how I measure it, but as I said, we run at 97% no matter what, so it's kind of hard relying on this when you know that, but I still do it. And what I look at is how many 1000 pet plus are in top 10. When I logged in there was 8, but a few has disappeared, so we're down to 5 now. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if earlier today it was actually decent. Looked decent at least. Most don't go mining or anything when there's a lot of big HOFs. No. Obviously the game does come in waves and cycles. And in my opinion, it's a way of decreasing variance, so I don't get the big lows and I don't get the big highs. If I avoid the really bad periods, I don't get the big lows. That's how I see it. I don't want to lose too much. Obviously, I'm going to get it back in a big HOF at one point, but as I've said many times before, I don't really like those big HOFs because they often come in Magirian Mist or something that doesn't really have any markup. So I don't want to expose myself to that. So by staying away from those bad periods there, as you say, Marty, kind of avoids me losing a lot of pet and getting it back in a HOF with no markup. Oh, wrong finder. Oh, never mind. Because there are definitely periods in this game where you just can't hit anything. Like when that big all-time high came, 417k pet. Obviously mining died the next, like if you go look back at that week, I think we made 10 pets over the week. And that's what happens, everything just goes down the drain. But as I said, everything we lose during that week, if we run below 97%, let's say we only get 90% returns on average, we'll get a huff that will adjust us to the 97%. Magirian, yeah, that is definitely sad Pepe. Oh, there was Dong. I picked up Dong. Oh, now I have shit in my inventory, literally. Can I drop it? You can't drop items anymore? No. Oh, guess I was putting too much of a load on the servers. Big boy. Oh, feels bad, man. You can make fertilizer, can you? Yes, but it's kind of a principle I have. I don't pick up Dong. You can buy Dong at 2.5 pet, maybe 2 pet. 2 pet are 1000 Dong, 1k. 2 pet, 1k Dong. So obviously you can easily find 200 Dong, and that's 20 cents. But I just don't want shit in my inventory. It's kind of the whole point, getting good stuff. I don't know what fertilizer sell at. At one point when my bankroll was a lot higher, I used to obviously save everything, and I made fertilizer and I sold at 103%, I believe, so it's not a lot. And it's heavy. That's actually my main reason. This 23 Dong here weighs 11 kilos, as you can see. So if that was 10 times hard, that would be 110 kilo, and I would have to send home the pitbull right away. So it can really wreck a mining run if you pick up a big pile of shit. When I picked up Dong, there was actually times where I just had to TP in to drop off stuff because I had to send home the pitbull, and then once I was overloaded, there wasn't much else to do. So this seems to be a pretty dead area. We will take this slice off here, but if it doesn't improve, we're gonna shift. We're gonna jump north, take a shot at that. If that's also bad, we're gonna look at a new area. As I said, I was looking at the modified excavator and might buy one myself. If I can pick one up at 2000 pet, I'll definitely pick one up myself. But what I didn't like about it was I would have to deposit, and I have such a clean deposit sheet right now. Where is it? Oh, hang on, what's going on here? What is it, like pet flow send? No, that's not it. How do I deposit? If I want to put money into a game, what kind of command is there? I bet there's someone out there who knows. Transfer sender. Excellent, thank you. Transfer. Ah, there we go. So I have this clean history here. Obviously I have deposited many years back, so that's not it. But if I put money in, it's gonna be there, right? It's gonna be there for a year, and every time I log in here I'm gonna see that. It's gonna make me feel bad. You always put boxes to open, yeah. Yeah, it only keeps track of the last year. So I guess we just have to look at it for a year. But I think it would be really good for the stream. Like, we would be able to pull this one out in 2.5 times speed. It would be massive. If we get one that's tiered up, it will be even faster. It'll be 3 times the speed. Yeah, we are gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna jump. There's no point in continuing. We know this is a heavily mined area. There's no point in crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. Matter Excavator 01 is for pro miners. Yeah, maybe. I don't know many that uses the ME01, at least. I just want to excavate real fast, to be honest. GG Excavator for the win. I think you guys would leave this channel real quick if I stood around each claim excavating for like 10 minutes. Excavating on average. And the modified excavator actually have the same decay, the same efficiency. Not the same efficiency, the same excavated stone per peck as this one. So we wouldn't be losing any value on the challenge. We would just be excavating faster. Oh, we got a little abundant here. On a level 1 amplifier. What I have now, it's ME05. It's an old school excavator. It is not very good efficiency wise. I knew that when I bought it. It was decent efficiency compared to what people were using back then. But it's not up to par these days, basically. The ME05 SGA finder is a lot better. SGA, second golden age. It was a type of finders that were being looted during an event. I believe it was almost a 1-year event. It was Mindark who wanted to introduce a lot more unlimited items into the game. This excavator, for example, there was only 2 of them in game. This is one of them. And they wanted to introduce more of these kind of things. There was a twist in the whole unlimited market. So they introduced the second golden age. There was improved Mark IIs dropping, modified mercenaries. I don't know if there was 4 rivers and the DOAs as well. There was modified FAPs. There was armors, high-end armors. They basically released a lot of really good stuff into the game. And they had, not only were they similar, but they were actually enhanced. They were a bit better than the current items in game. So they introduced the ME05 as well into the game, and it had a speed boost to it. So instead of 23 pulls per minute, I think it's 28 or 29. So it's the same efficiency, but it's faster pulling. And it has a better cost, it's less decay. And mining amplifiers as well, yes, there's second Golden Age SGA unlimited amplifiers as well. Society made on mine, looted 2 of them actually, in Out of the Ordinary finds. A level 2 and a level 3. I believe a level 3, which today would be level 4, was the biggest unlimited amplifier being looted as an SGA. The unlimited Finder amplifiers, SGA versions, didn't have any increased in stats compared to the regular ones. They were just the same. It was just a way for Mindark to get some unlimited amplifiers in there. So we're not gonna, we are hitting okay, and we got a global and all, and it's all fine and dandy, but we haven't found any redolite, we haven't found any canarium, we haven't found any cave sap, we haven't found any good stuff, so I'm not gonna continue here. I'm gonna make a jump, probably just run north here. Someone has emptied this place out. Oh, wrong finder, never mind. It's good enough. Yeah, we keep finding Macarian mist. We don't want that, we want markup stuff. Oh, I need to put a stream marker, by the way. I'm trying to put in these stream markers on globals and stuff, and then put them in the comments on YouTube so people can quickly navigate through and find the exciting stuff. I feel so epic. This music is epic. Yeah, it's Belkan Magirian. I'm just gonna jump here. As I said, hit rate is nice and we are hitting big stuff, but it's just not enough. We're gonna have a massive headache if we focus on mining this kind of stuff when the bad period hits us. How much was the... That's actually a good question. I didn't even notice. I just saw that it was Bolka and I got him. There we go. 69 pets, so it's actually a decent size as well for an abundant. 69 pet. Yeah, probably should accommodate that there. Just show it when we get it. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, we're definitely in a massive profit on this run now. So we are continuing this week where we left off last week. It helps a lot. Yeah, we were already making 30 pets or so, so suddenly we're closer to 100 in profit. So it's 18, 19 hours or something, right, when it runs out? 18, yeah. You can drill it out tomorrow morning before work. Feels really good. Last week here making a profit of, what is that, 1500 pet. We don't have to worry about pets anymore much. We can pretty much just do our thing. I can buy up a couple of like 10 amplifiers without really worrying too much. Have enough. Before that we were struggling a bit. What should we save? What shouldn't we save? How much should we put into the trade terminal? How many amplifiers could I really buy and still afford probes? We don't have those kind of worries anymore. We just cruising along basically. So if we hit a couple more Belcar or Magirian Mist here, we're definitely gonna be leaving. Most likely go to find some Sandarium, see if that drops. Probably just one more of each and I'll be leaving. We're close to a teleporter here. There's a good chance there was some dung. There's a good chance that Sandarium will be dropping during these periods here where loot is pretty decent. Yeah, we're out. So even though we didn't get any of the stuff we was looking for, we still we still did really well. These are really, I don't think most people will classify these as tough periods, but these are actually pretty tough periods because these are the periods that makes it really hard for you to make the right decisions because you just want to keep going. You're hitting a global, you think life is sweet, you're making money. But you really gotta remember that you always gotta prepare for the bad periods and we gotta always focus on getting the most markup. So even though we were doing well in that area, I just can't stay there because we weren't making any markup. So our headache, as I said earlier, will be just tremendous if we continue looting stuff that doesn't have any markup. What amps am I using now? 5. I was using a level 5 amplifier on in matter and a level 1 amplifier for ore, and we've seen that many times. We actually hit the global there on the amplifier, that on the small amplifier, the one that was almost unamplified. That just goes to show you get what you're gonna get. You cannot force it. When we were at Solid Beans Island, where I normally amp up pretty hard here, I was using a DSEC L finder which has a 1 petadrop on in matters with a level 5 amplifier, so it was 4 petadrop. No, 3 petadrop, right? Let me just see here. What are their efficiency on this? No, 3 petadrop. 3 petadrop. Right now here in the Sandarium area, I always amp down. For in matter, I don't think it's really worth it to use a big amplifier. There are only Henron stems and Devil's Tail here that's worth mining for in matters, and those don't come in a big quantities enough to really warrant big amplifiers. And the area is tax, so I want to keep my turnover low to pay as little tax as possible. Which is also why I only use a level 1 amplifier on Terra Master for Sandarium. And I could go on amped as well and still find Sandarium fine. How does the tax work? Does it take from the resource itself on each hit? Yes, that is exactly what it does. If I loot 10 pets, they take off 30 cents, basically. So I might loot 10 pets, but in this area where it's 3%, I have technically looted 10.3 pet. That is what my personal loot pool, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, wrong finder. Never mind. That is what my personal loot pool is being. What's the English word for that? Getting hit by. We have a really good word for it. What's the English word? Getting struck by, yeah, that's pretty accurate. My personal loot pool is getting struck by that. And as you know, we get 97% back on average. But when we mine a taxed area like this that has 3%, that 97% will be struck by 3% tax. So it'll be our average returns will be reduced to, what's 3% of 97? That's 9 point. It's approximately 2.91. So we are basically on average getting a return of 94.91%. Be right back. See you later. See you in a bit, Robbie. So 94.91% is our average in this area. Whereby had we mined a untaxed area, we would have 97% returns. So that's why we can only really go low in this area, because Sandarium won't drop if we use a level 5 amplifier. So we need to turn over as little pet as possible to increase yield once we hit the Sandarium. Yuck, false nexus. What kind of gaming music is this? Oh. Andre Judas from the Ripper, I never heard of it. Oh, there we go. So we can pretty much drop here. We have a 25% speed boost. So yeah, we don't need to wait. So I might just, when we at the end of this slice here, I might just go south. Seems like it's pretty dead up here in Winterland. This is one of my favorite areas for Sandarium though. Found a lot up here, a lot of Sandarium. What kind of video game is this music from? Must be one of the new Mario games or something. It's like, I just see how hard it is for us to make a profit here in an area that has tax on it. I cannot see how you can ever make money as a hunter in a taxed land area. I simply can't see it. Right, enough, Mr. Mario. Oh my god, more Mario. Nah. Oh my god. I really need... Problem is I don't really listen to music myself. I really need to make myself some playlists, something I enjoy listening to. And that's definitely not it. What's that, Halo 4 or something? No, Watch Dogs. Hey Straken, how are you doing, man? I'm just chilling with some music here, trying to find some Sandarium. I guess this will do. Skyrim and stuff. How's your mining? Are you doing well? We are, at least. Well, right now we're burning through pet, but at a very low rate. We have a level 1 amplifier on and unamped. Slow mining here today, but it has been okay for the last 2 days overall. Yeah, we had a blast of the week. Last week was just insane. We hit left and right and center. Couldn't miss. Today actually is pretty good as well. I think we were up like 80 pets. Maybe a little less here. We have been burning more. Might have burned more than I think. Hoping for some Sandarium soon. If you feel like it one day, if you have the opportunity, I know it's a bit of a hassle with the family and all, but if you feel like dropping by Discord at one point, feel free to do so. Yeah, you might when you're home alone. Or family around and so many breaks. Yeah, I know how it is. Next week I'll probably be mining and streaming a lot. Don't have a lot in my schedule next week. This week is just crazy. And people are going ham on these explosive projectiles. Have you seen the meme below, Straken? I thought that was really funny. It's probably not a criteria of success, but I really felt like I hit the head on the nail there. You said you found Centurium today. I was up in the north part and dropped 40 to absolutely nothing. I haven't found Centurium today. I haven't mined much today actually, and I didn't mine yesterday. I just started the run here. I took off one slice here, well, down here, and then this. But no Centurium yet. Centurium has been kind of scarce the last couple of days. So if you have some Sandarium in storage, leave it there for a couple of days. There's a good chance the price will go up, considering it's not looting. Look at those explosive projectiles, man. Mind Arc high-fiving everyone on the way down. We went to mine Centurium the day before yesterday and did a pretty extensive run. I think maybe 300 probes here in the wide area. Got one stone of Centurium. Might just go a bit heavy on the amp, put on level 2 amp. Well, heavy I say, but for this area at least it is as high as we want to go. We seem to have better luck for Sandarium with the little 2 amp for some reason, which is beyond me. Might just have been the period. That was good. We'll see. Personally, if it was the northern part, if it was up here, personally I've never had much luck for Sandarium up here. I've found it, but in no way near the same quantity as I've been finding it down here. This definitely seemed the southern part here, all of this area here. Definitely to me seems like it's the best way of consistently getting Sandarium. But we'll settle with some Henrin stems. Nasty tags there. It seems you've increased the density of the chompers here. Chompers, we can kill them, but it's too much of a hassle. They're pretty heavy mob. Oh, there we go. Let me just put a stream marker here. So we found a Cenarium stone, so it is dropping. Winter park up here is pretty heavily mined, so, and it being evening, it's prime time, there's a good chance a lot of people have emptied it out. So now we've found Cenarium, and we're golden. We should be... They loaded the ground, yeah, definitely. Might have rotated something around here. Our claim sizes have certainly gone up a notch, besides the fact that we added on a little bigger ramp, but not much. But average is the top of the range on a level 2 amplifier. And we haven't found those for all the time we were up here. So there's a good chance, as Strike and say, they loaded the ground again. Nevertheless, we just have it with the Cenarium. It's 25 pet, right down our pockets. Even with the tags here, we're gonna be fine. We're nowhere near gonna be rotating anyway enough to be paying 25 pet tags. We're probably gonna end up paying, see, 150 pet worth of money spent at 3% tax, or 4 pet tax or something. And we get 25 pet of markup, so we're almost hitting nothing on our matter run here. That is extremely skint. Yeah, like 15 pet worth of matters. That is extremely low considering we probably spent 40-50 pet. But then ores cover it easily. Yellow snow, yeah. Doesn't have my name in it though, so I guess someone has been before me. Yeah, this does look kind of weird. I guess it's the sunset. This is normally pure white. Give us a little Sandarium stone here. One more. Just one more. Because a real rock and roller wants the lot. You got some Magonite on Treasure Island, not even sure if it counts as one of the royals. I think it used to. It used to be quite rare. It never had a high markup because it's not really used for anything but some bad armor parts, but I think as a miner it's pretty hard to find. I definitely still have it. I have in my storage. I have up here, I have all the royals. And I have like Langots isn't worth much these days, but it's still up there. And Magonite is one of them. And then I have all the rest of the stuff. I haven't found Magonite for ages. And then on Treasure Island. Oh, a lot of dead drops now. Yes, it is really bad right now, actually. Now, luckily we got that Sanarium. It's gonna cover 20 drops. But yeah, it definitely died out on us. 58 pet huff, really? Oh my god, yes. That's brutal. That really shows the current state of mining, really, doesn't it? What about hunting? Hunting is okay, I guess. Wow, brutal. I guess we're gonna see some people out there with level 13 amplifiers right now, just wrecking it all. Oh, it's you? Really? Is that you, Bud Spencer? Our sponsor Ludacha. Really? Congratulations, man. Oh, it feels good, right? This one's for you, bud. huff is a huff. Money is money. Feels good. Yeah. It does. Unarmed. Congratulations, man. You're gonna be doing fine then. Just to get the golden shower feels good. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We're all a bunch of pervs. Wanna be covered in that gold. Let's kill a pheasant just for fun. So I think I'm just gonna call a run here. I really want to start. This is the first run of the week and we're in profit. Let's just see how we did here. See if we profited. I know we did, but like approximately how much? So 238 spent on level 5 amplifiers. What is that? Is that a pet? I never seen anything like that. Must be a pet, right? No, I cannot interact with it. And obviously we have a 69 pet half in the ground, global in the ground still. Oh my god, is this for real? Did I... No, this must be for real. Yeah, it's what we looted, Jesus. We made a massive profit. I feel so dirty. So let's see here. 238 spent on 238, 40, 260 plus 10. So we spent 260, 270 on amplifiers and 262.5. That's 530 approximately. 530 pet spent. 25, that's 530 just by the Sandarium stone. So everything mark up on the Solace paste, on the Alysinus gel is all profit. So we made approximately, and then we still have the 69 pet in the ground still actually as well. So we made approximately 100 pet on the first run of the week. That's pretty cool actually. 100 pets made on today on a very short, not a very short, like a little less than 3 hours. I don't know actually. K9 you cannot see how, is that Euphoria? No, you cannot see how pets are doing, right? You can, like pet deeds. No, I don't think you can see pets. That's a shame. I've never seen a pet like this. Looks pretty cool. I would like one of these. At K9. Well, we definitely have the pets to buy them if we want. I'll look into it. Guys, I want to thank you for being here. I'm really tired, and I have a feeling if we continue mining here, we're gonna get hit really hard. And this is the first to really the first run of the week, and I wanted that to be a good run, and this has been a great run. We had one very small global, but we just had really nice mining overall up until like 40 minutes ago. And then it just died on us. But we found Sandarium, we found Alysinus gel, we found solid speed. Mr. Nice Guy, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. So we had Solace beans, Henron stems. Basically, we just had an awesome run on markup. And then we pretty much broke even. Slight profit on the base value. So awesome night, awesome night. Yeah, thanks a lot, Mr. Nice Guy again. Thank you, man. Yeah, massive for your support. I won't have time to stream tomorrow, but I'll most likely get a stream in the day after tomorrow. What is that? Is that Thursday? Thursday morning, yeah. And otherwise, this week is gonna be a bit low on the streams. Pretty damn busy. But next week, I'm gonna be back with a vengeance. Yeah, thank you all. I'll send you over to Arwen. She's fighting. She's a noob, but she's a fighter. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to look at the meme below. I love that meme. I think it's great. I think it's a bit. perfect representation on what my NAG is doing on Big Crafters. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Let me just... oh, actually, I'm supposed to raid and not host, right? So I'll send you guys over on a raid there. Yeah, good luck, guys. Oh, ready to raid, so it's... I guess it's not hosting. Up until 3, 2, 1, see you guys. Oh, hang on, raid now. There we go.